Hi, Sandy here. I absolutely love making tags. Also make borders to decorate my scrapbook pages with. It's a great way to use up your scraps and all those little extra butterflies and flowers and the last things on the sticker page, you know. It's a great way to use stuff up. So today I'm going to make some tags. I've got a lot of videos of me making tags. I hope this is clear. So these are just some pretty pink ones because my craft room is pink and I've made a little display of some of them. I make them for my scrapbook pages for holidays, pets, birthdays, every day, just all kinds of subjects. So I'm going to make some for you. Okay, tags need a subject. And I gathered these things up from things I've collected. I like to make glue books too, so I cut out things from magazines. So this is from a magazine. This is from some scrapbooking supplies. This I printed from Pinterest. This is a sticker. You can get your subjects from almost anywhere. I also like to make them using the like Project Life cards that say words on them, inspirational things and stuff. Because I don't do Project Life, but I do like the cards. And I've already kind of started. I've got this picture. Let me move these out of the way. I thought I usually gather all my stuff together to make the tag, and then I glue it together on tape. But I thought I'd kind of help you, show you the process. I have all of these tags that I've cut out of cereal boxes, the fronts and backs of scrapbooking pads, and then I've covered them with scraps of scrapbook paper, using up my scraps. So I have a wide variety of tags to choose from. I've got this pretty girl I printed from Pinterest, and I wanted a vintage look, so I chose this tag. I just glued some scraps of vintage paper on there. That's going to be her background. I've got this cute little teddy bear. I cut that out of a catalog. It's a Boyd's bear. And so I found this blue tag because it's kind of darker blue, but I'm going with the lighter blue. So that's going to go together. Then I've got this pretty little vintage picture I printed from Pinterest. So I wanted something dark and vintage, and I've got this one. And then this is from Scrapbooking Supplies, and so I came up with this one. See the scraps glued on there, and it's sometimes you can see the back of the cereal box and stuff. This is a cute little teddy bear in a dress and roses, so sweet. And I came up with this. See, that's the packaging box. This is actually vintage. I found somewhere, and it's shelf paper, and you fold this down the front, so it's got a little pretty lacing edge to the front. And I think that looks really cute with this. That really stands out. Then I've got this. That's Scrapbooking Supplies. And I like to round the corners. So this comes on like a 12 by 12 sheet, and you cut them apart. And I've got my little rounder, and I would like to round the corners. And I kind of want to go with pink on that one. So I chose this. And these are at the top of scrapbook pages. Sometimes you buy a scrapbook of paper, and it's got this little margin on the top, and you have to cut that off, and I don't like to waste anything. So I save that. If I put it on the floor, I gotta pick it up. Hold on. Okay. So I've got this little birdhouse. My friend Michelle, thank you Michelle, sent me this. I'm pretty sure it was Michelle. And this little feather. And then this is some scrapbooking paper. I didn't glue that together with scraps. It's kind of a scrap. And I'm going to make a tag out of that. And my style is I like things real cluttered because I like to use up a lot of my stuff that's been collecting. You probably can't see those tags back there. Then I've got this, another out of my Boyd's catalog. And I don't really have a lot of blue that I want to use with it, so because it kind of blue outfit. But then I thought, well, purple will look good, and so that looks really nice. And then I've got this that's printed from Pinterest, and I thought, well, we'll stick with the black and white, so we got that. And then I've got this pretty little, I believe it's a painting printed from Pinterest, and I've got this tag. I'm going to put it on there. And now I've got these, and these are blue, and well, these two are kind of vintage, so they might look good on brown if I can't find anything I like. So let's look through here. I got some smaller ones here. I'm not going to use those. This one has some possibility. Oh, you know what? I think I like this on here. Yeah, I do. I like that one. Or maybe this one on here? No. That's a smaller scrap. Yeah. I like that one. Okay, so then, I kind of want it more vintage than that. I'm kind of going for something vintage with these two. And most of my blue is really not very vintage. But these are scraps. These are Kleenex box. This is scrapbook paper glued to cardstock. I got a lot of solid blue ones here. This looks kind of nice with stars on it. I don't know. I'm going to look through the brown and see if I find something I like better. Because I'm going to use this one for sure, but I want something more vintage for those. Brown. I got a lot of brown, and they're very vintage. Okay. This is some cardboard with one side torn off. This is tea-dyed paper. That'll do if I don't find something better. These are a smaller size. I'm going to move this off to the side a little bit. I glued this one to cardstock. I didn't glue that one to cardstock. So, okay, we've got this. It's got possibilities. These are kind of a new thing. I've tried tearing up the paper instead of strips. Actually, I made a master board. That's a big thing now. I made a master board and I cut these up. Yeah, that was kind of fun. Yeah, and I've got too many choices. I don't go real far with choosing. These I guess I only did the one. Might be more. I put a stamp on the tea-dyed paper. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with those two. I'll put these back. Yep. Now I need a red tag. Possibly something a little bit smaller for this red bird. So my tags are getting tangled up in my box. Okay. Red. Let's look at the red. Those are a bit small. I like that lace. No, it doesn't go with the bird. That's not bad. Not doing it for me. There you go. That's it. I try not to just be fussy and take forever choosing something. I just grab something. Just do it. That's my style. Just get it done. Because, you know, as you scrapbook throughout your life, you'll have pages made in your book, and then later on you'll come across embellishments that, oh my God, that was just perfect for that page that I did back then. But no, that page is done. Okay, next step. Like I said, I gotta use up all my little bits. I hate to waste anything. This is my box of just little tiny pieces of paper, about 1 inch square. It varies a lot. And my little thing is, yeah, I'm kind of weird. I got a red one here. I like to have 3 little pieces of paper hanging off the side. It just adds interest, I believe. So that's the red one. I'm going to try to spread these out so you can see them better. I don't think they're all going to fit in the camera range, but we'll do the best we can. But you'll get a good look at them when I glue them together. Okay, let's find some blue. We got several blue ones. And I just grab a little handful. I don't pull out all of it, you know. Okay. I like this one on here. Kind of going for dark colors on that one. Okay, this one is blue. Kind of go for some aqua colors. This one, that's a small piece, but that's perfectly fine. You know, like I said, I'm not going to fuss. Okay, this is a blue one. I'm going to pull out a little bit more. I want some paler colors for that teddy bear. I don't know if you can see it on here. Okay. And let's go with some brown. I guess this is the only, oh no, this one would be kind of a brown color too. Give it an antique look. Okay, now I want some black for these two. That's good vintage right there. I like that one. Some black stripes, some black polka dots. This. And this. Oh, and then we've got this girl. We'll go with that one. And that one. And one more. That one. Okay, now we need some pink. I think this one looked good on there. What did I do? Pick up the purple? I think I mixed some purple in with the pink. That's kind of... oh well. I think I keep getting my head under the camera sometimes. Okay, this one. I think that's the last one that needs some little pieces of paper. We'll go with that one. See, I don't want to think about it a lot. But vintage things, I kind of go with a vintage look, kind of coordinate them a little bit. Okay, I got all my little scraps down. This is my process. And honestly, I don't have a lot of imagination. I do them the same way. I put a subject on a tag. I add my little 3 pieces of paper. Oh, I need one more little purple piece of paper. Purple, purple, purple. Where is purple? Okay. There. Then I start adding, oh, I know, stuff I want to use up. I've been making horizontal borders, which are shorter than the vertical borders, so, oh, this is pretty. What can I use this on? I don't know. The glitter is hard to glue onto. I don't feel like messing with that. I don't have any green. Brown. What have I got in brown? Okay, I don't really want to cover up. Yeah, that'll work. The black. I'm going to stash this behind her. I'm not doing any red. Pink, yippee. What can I... no, that's not going to work. I'm going to put that under here. I think I'll put this... no, that's not going to work. Oh, I like this on here. Ooh, pretty little blue birds. You know what? I think I'll put that here. Oh yeah, a cat with birds? Yes. These are kind of modern looking. I've got some multicolor. Brown. What can I put? I'll use a brown. No. Oh, this is going to look nice with that one. Oh, my back's getting stiff. Okay. And I don't really have to use these with every one. I think this picks up the colors pretty good from... no. No. Orange. No. Blue. what would this look good with? Nothing. Okay. Now that's a start. Okay, now let's see. I've got some vintage things I can toss on with the some of these vintage stuff. There's a nice vintage key that would look kind of cute on here if I can find a good place to put it. We'll see. And how about another key? I've got a lot of keys over here. This key would look good on there. Okay. More keys. Sewing machine. Let's put that on here. Because why not? And again, try not to think very much. Don't think. I'm going to put that on here. Okay. I got this kind of fairy here. Let's see if I can make that, do something with that. Well, here is an egg, a bird's egg. Where's the birds? I'm going to put that on there. Let's put this ticket on here. Okay, I'm kind of bored with this now. So that's how I do this. I just start tossing stuff on there. I can add some flowers. I can add butterflies, hearts. I'm just going to pull these out. So they're handy. I've got flower stickers and flowers that are not stickers. Well, these are stickers, but and I've got banners and circles and stars. I've got butterflies. And I've got hearts. So as I do each one, I can add a few little touches. But I got a pretty good start here. Okay, I'm going to start with this one right here. Where's those circles? Let's see if I can find something blue to put behind that. I have a lot of circles. You know what? I got this. It's not even going to be blue. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I need my glue thing. And I'm going to need my punch. As I finish them, I punch them. Okay. Gotta get comfortable. Take a sip of pop. And here we go. Now, I used to be really into adding buttons. And I do like adding buttons and gemstones and little things that you have to use glue dots for. But I've been using these in my glue books, and I don't want all that bumpy stuff on them. So I've kind of let up on using the bumpy stuff. But I certainly still can. Oh, you know what I need? I need words. I wasn't thinking. I'm going to just put this right here and find some words. I don't like sticker pages. I cut everything off the stickers, off the pages, and I glue them into these books. And the words end up in this word book. I'm going to look and see what we have in blue. It doesn't have to be blue. Something small. Hey, time flies. It's got butterflies. It's got... Oh... Yeah, I'm going to go with time flies. There. This is a sticker. I love vintage looking stickers, tags and stuff. Let's see, I think I'll put this right here like this. Okay, I think that one's done. Okay, now this one. Let's find some red words. They don't have to be red. They can be... Okay, here's red. The sweetest thing. Life is an adventure. Amazing. Bloom. It's documented. Unconditional love. Hey, let's just go with Ooh La La. That looks like fun. Or sweet moments. Happy. Happy. That's a good word. Okay. Let's see if I can find a red circle or something. I'm peeking in here from the top because I'm being lazy. I don't feel like pulling them out. I got a star. Black would look good too. So I'm just peeking down in here. It's in my lap. Looking for something to go on this page. Ooh, this is going to be nice. Roses. And I haven't always put something behind the subject like I'm doing now. It's a good way to use up stuff. And you know, I'm going to add some glue to this, even though it's a sticker, because it's an old sticker. I bought it used somewhere. So we want to make sure it's going to stick. Okay, happy. I think I need a flower or something on here. I haven't got much red. Let me see. Let me see what we got. Okay. I need to pull this out, have a little look at it. That's a page of stickers. Even though I said I don't like them still on the page, I haven't taken those off the page yet. I made these one day. I just had some, I think this is construction paper, and I just drew some flowers and I cut them out, and now I gotta use them because I made them. I added a rhinestone, and there you go. Okay, then you can see it clearly because I outlined it in black. So we'll punch this. There's another finished tag. I used to have all of my embellishments and flowers and things sorted by color, so then it was easier to just pull everything that color and make something. That's why I still do basically the same color, but now I've got the flowers all mixed together no matter what color they are. So that makes it a little bit more difficult. Too many choices, you know. I took a little break and I'm back. Actually, it's the next morning. I took a few minutes before I started to go through my words book, and I added a word to each of my little tags I'm going to work on. I dropped this on the floor. I picked that up. It'll look good on this one. What the heck? Use it. Okay, time to start gluing. Starting to feel good enough now that I'm enjoying being off work. I'm just waiting for an MRI in about a week and a half. My doctor wants me to have an MRI before I go back to work. I do still get a little tired. I do still have a little pain now and then. I'm really uncomfortable when I go to bed at night. I kind of like have restless leg syndrome. My knees, I just can't get comfortable. I don't know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have been off work the last couple of months because I overdid it working on a home project, and I'm 61 as it is, and my legs and hips started really hurting intensely, and I could hardly walk. I could hardly go up and down the stairs. It was bad, but and I couldn't even go to work. So I need a glue dot for this. So I've been off work. I had some physical therapy. I finished that. I'm still supposed to be doing some at home. I haven't done it the last 2 days, but I need to get back on it because it really does help. So, nothing going on with the basement right now. As I said in my last video, a month after we finished the basement right before Christmas, like days before Christmas, and then on January 17th I went down to the basement and found the drain had overflowed and the floor drain, and ruined my new laminate flooring that I had just installed very painfully. You can barely see this, but this is a little bird egg. Okay, next one. Oh, I forgot to get a word for this one. Well, they don't all have to have words. Okay, I really like this, and it's got a stamp on it. I didn't make this. This is cut out of some scrap paper, so I don't want to cover up that stamp. Okay, put that there. That's a nice background on my little flaps of paper. I'm finally reading more too. I can sit down long enough to be comfortable, and well, I actually read in bed. I lay in bed and read, but the pain medicine I was on, man, I just could not sleep. I mean, I was sleeping. Yes, I was sleeping with the pain medicine, and I'd read a little bit and then honk out. This, I don't know if I like the glittery side. It's shiny on the cage, or the more muted sides for the vintage look. I'm going to go with the more muted sides, the non-shiny side. Okay, should I find a word for that? Yeah, I like that tag. Well, I like all my tags. I'm going to look in the brown or black. You can't really see. Everyone says dream big. These little tiny things, they'll just never get used if you don't just toss them on there. Does that have anything to do with anything? No. But it'll go with a wide variety of subjects. I mean, it doesn't, it's not real specific. There, dream big. Okay, now we'll do this one. I'm gonna have to do some more of this. I cut a piece of paper down to like 10 by, I forget what I cut it down to, but well, I think I did have a little scrap, but I covered it, a whole sheet of paper with these scraps, and then I cut them down to tags, and I really like how they turned out, even though they're going to be mostly covered up. And this can go either way. I think it looks more right side up this way, although it's mostly going to get covered up. But that's how it goes. I can have that a little bit higher. I got to punch my hole there, so I don't want to cover up that spot. Now I could trim this white edge off. You know what? I think since it's vintage looking, I think I will make that a little bit darker on the edge, the bright white on a vintage tag. We'll fix that. I watched videos of people creating, and some people really use a lot of distress ink on almost everything, and that's great. But I just haven't gotten into that habit. Oh no, I gotta put my little scraps on here before I get her down. I kind of learned taught myself how to make these. I kind of figured it out looking on Pinterest, and I have a board with lots of fancy tags, and the ones that I like that I have pinned, I don't want to try to recreate the exact tag, but the ones that I like all seem to have a lot of stuff on them, so that's why I add these little scraps. I need my little razor blade. Stickers like this on clear, they're so thin and so hard to get started. I keep a razor blade on my desk for this, and I'm afraid it's going to show through. Sometimes I put this on white paper and then glue it on. Well, that's fine. And then this, and this was bright white as well. I already inked that. Okay, that looks cute. Honestly, I love making these Victorian ones, but a lot of them don't fit my themes of my scrapbook pages. But you know, if you're making a nice picture of your grandma or your aunt or even yourself, you know, decorate the page with a beautiful tag. It don't have to be, oh, this is my aunt, you know. It's just going to look pretty on a page, you know. And a lot of people don't like to make things like this in advance because, well, it's not going to fit the subjects of my pages. Now, I'm that way about making pre-made pages because it's not going to fit the size of the photos I take, although most of mine I use them full size. Well, no, I crop them to make them fit on there. But, you know, say you make a page for a baby book of first steps and you've got 2 horizontal frames there, but you took the picture, you know, vertical. And there's your page and already made, and it doesn't work. I think I will snip the corners on this, make it a little more. No, I think I will cut it down smaller. That's what I will do. Kind of round the corners as I go, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So anyway, I don't like making pre-made scrapbook pages. But then with 8.5 by 11 pages, you don't have a lot of choices in the formats you can do. I only do a few different layouts. This I printed off of Pinterest. I like to go on Pinterest and download a bunch of pretty things and print them out. I usually print things 9 to a page. This may have been a full page of several items that I would have printed as a full page. This needs something. I don't know what. I'm going to get my box of a button. Yeah, I'm going to put a button on it. What the heck, why not? Soft pink button. There we go. I gotta find the right size. I think this is my medium. Alright, where should I put it? I need something. Oh, where? Here? Okay. There. Okay, coming along. Well, now the cute little purple. Tack on these little. I found some cute ones for this page. I keep getting my head down in there. Showing you the top of my head. There's a flower on there, purple and pink, just perfect. This one had a little butterfly on it. Okay, and then this is, you could punch this word cute out, but I'm going to leave it as is. Just to use up both little pieces, because I would never use that little frame otherwise. Cute. Got to make sure we got room for the... Yeah. Okay. Now sometimes I take these things and I glue them onto a sheet of paper and then cut them out again to make them a little heavier, so that when they're hanging off the edge, they're not going to be so fragile. But this is some good quality paper here from this catalog, and I don't think it's going to be too fragile. And once it's glued to a page, it's going to be just fine. Okay, now we need something on this one. We got to decorate this one because we need something. Let me see now. There's a purple flower, but it's awful big. So this is what I do with my sticker pages. I'm going to move this over here so I can see them, so I can say, oh, does that look good with that? And then I can... These I need to glue down. When I get new stuff, I just drop it in this pocket, and it's there. It's there. It's where it belongs, and I will come across it and see it. But then when I have some time, I will glue them down. When I'm in the mood, you know. More than having time, it's am I in the mood. I know I got some purple flowers. I think this was actually part of this. Came with this word cute, but if I stick that on there, it's going to blend in too well. Okay, this is one that I punched out a long time ago, and gotta use it. Yeah, I'm going to put that on there. Oh yeah, that's pretty cute. Put that there. Then we'll add a rhinestone. Maybe I'll find another little flower. This one. Okay. You know, a lot of us go to Hobby Lobby or our favorite scrapbooking stores and just buy stuff because it's so much fun. And I've been there, but I just don't even have any temptation to buy anything lately because I just have too much stuff. My goal is to use it up. Okay. Get this glued on there. It does kind of blend in a little bit. Add this flower, and then I need a button or something. Yeah, a button will really make it stand out. What have I got in purple? Oh, these little shiny things, yes. I keep my little gemstones and little things in here, and flowers and buttons, and sort them by color. Okay, let's get this on here. There. Oh, you know, I just don't like the way that flower is blending in. So I'm going to take this purple marker and outline it. And I'm no artist, but it'll just look better. It'll be fine. Yeah, I got a little squiggly there, but who really cares? There, okay, it really stands out now. And this one is done. Cute. Okay, another little teddy bear. Here we come. put the lid on. See, I got that whole box of these little squares, and I really, really do use them. This is pretty cute. Gotta go low enough to have room to punch. And I've got this Thinking of You, and I've got several of these. I think it came with a greeting card kit, which, you know, I just got at the thrift shop for the other supplies in there, but I don't make greeting cards. I have no desire to make greeting cards. Where should I put this? Where? Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't really want to cover him up, but I guess I will. Man, it's like that's not sticky at all. It's good enough. I don't really think it needs anything else, because with the birds, it adds a lot of detail. Oh, that's a thick piece of cardboard. Oh, no wonder I had two of them. Okay, I'll file that real quick back in my box with the blue cards. There we go. It's put away. Don't have to think about it again. Now, get into some vintage ones. Okay, this one's a little bit narrower. I can make them in other sizes as well, but I do prefer the 3x5 size. And when I cut up cereal boxes and stuff to make my raw tags, there's perfectly good scraps, so I cut them up into smaller sizes too. But last time I did that, I just made nothing but 3x5. I'm like, I don't even want that other size. So I'm not going to make any more of the other size, but I am going to use up what I have. I don't like to waste anything. I like to use things up. This is a sticker. It says, "Live for today." I think it needs something. I think we'll figure something out. Do I have any black flowers? Little black flowers? Not really, but wait, what's in here? What's in here? Those are so tiny. That looks good with the polka dots. Maybe I'll just add two. Oh, a solid black one. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, a couple of glue dots. And I just basically drop these on here without even thinking about where to put them, but that's where I'm going with. I think I'll put it over here a little bit more. Yeah, that's cute. Okay. Let's do this bird bath one. Okay, these go with this one over here. Okay. So the last couple of days I've been going through my kitchen cupboards and checking the dates on all of my food. I threw away several cans of soup. My husband keeps buying soup and then he never eats it. So every can of soup was expired, like 6 cans. Sometimes I like homemade soup better, but sometimes I'll serve a couple of large cans of soup with sandwiches for dinner, grilled cheese. That's pretty good. But as a rule, we just don't eat much soup out of cans. Then I found several boxes of Jell-O expired. I forget what all. I found this. It says fly away. That's just about perfect for this bird. Put that here. It needs something. It needs something. I think I'll look at the flower stickers this time. I pulled off all of my flower stickers. I went through a stage where I was putting them on wax paper. And there's good things and bad things about this, but I am not going to do this anymore. I just want to get these used up. Ooh, wait, why am I thinking purple? But these are kind of purple. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna add these. I think that'll be really pretty. That'll do it. But I kind of feel like the wax paper kind of sucks up the moisture. And I go through and I rearrange my stuff and re-glue it, you know, and rearrange and condense it, you know, because you use it and you get all these empty spaces. But with the stickers, you can't rearrange it a lot. Looks kind of bare here, but we're not going to worry about that. I think it's good. It's good. Yeah, I love my tags. I love making tags. Okay, so we got this. Our little black scraps. And I like to have a torn edge hanging off sometimes. A lot of times they're just square, but whatever, make it give a little interest. Okay, is this having it right? Yeah, it's got writing on there. This is definitely the right side up. Oh, she's got a white edge on her. We need to distress that a little bit. Oh, that's some pretty dark ink. But, oh well, we're going with a black background, so that's alright. Then I got this word, says be happy. It's pretty small, but that's okay. I'm going to put this right here. Maybe I should have inked that up a little bit. It's pretty bright. We need a really pale ink. I don't want to get it too dark since I already got it on the page. Oh yeah. Well, you can't really tell much, but it's not so bright white. This page definitely needs some decorations. I'm going to look in my vintage pocket. Well, I guess I don't have it out here. Vintage. We need something on there. wool cotton. I like keys. I don't really want to cover up her foot. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. That'll do it. I hope this is going to stick. I'm going to re-glue that because it doesn't seem to want to stick very good. See, it was stuck to that wax paper, and it might be kind of old. Alright, that was my insurance agent calling about my claim. No problems. Just wanted to clarify a couple things. There, that's done. Got 3 to go. Got this one with a little shiny on it because it coordinates with this. Probably came from the same paper pad. Okay, that would be right side up. Okay. Do I want to round the corners on this? I don't think I do. Now, if I got like 100,000 more followers, I might not have to go back to work. I could just live off of YouTube, but I only have like 530 followers, so I get nothing. But that's alright. I just do it for fun. Okay, I thought this was a sticker, but it's not. I have to cut this out. I'll leave a tiny little white edge on it so it'll stand out on that black background. It says always and forever, which doesn't mean a lot. Well, in some cases it might, but as far as putting it on your scrapbook page, you know, just something cute on there. Okay, do I want that here? Yes. Okay, I need a button right here. I need a button. I'm going to go with a white button of something kind of vintage looking. That one's kind of thick, but that's alright. Okay. These are my large glue dots. Come on, get off of there. Oh, I'm stuck to my finger. Ugh. Come on, glue dot. I got 2 stuck to my finger. It's a losing game. It's a losing game. Okay. Okay, this one is done. We're probably over an hour by now, I don't know. But we're just keeping each other company while we're crafting. Okay. See, this was made from the paper from a scrapbooking pad, and the top edge in the binding had these little strips at the top of each page, and they were the same color of whatever page it was. They came in lots of different colors. I don't like to waste nothing. It's a little crazy, really. Okay. Okay, we got this. Now I could cut this out and make it round, but I do like the black background, the design in the background, so we'll keep it as is. And this is a little ticket, not a real ticket, obviously. Where do I want that? I don't know. Right there. Then I got a little pink flower. That also fell on the floor. Didn't notice it earlier. But we're using it. And then we got the word happy here. And I need, excuse my arm. I need this little awl because it's got the things in it. I gotta punch out the holes for H. Oh, my fingers are so sticky. Got 2 P's. And the Y. I guess this happy word is good and sticky. I'm going to put that right here. Oh. My rag, I like to keep this damp rag on my desk. I keep rinsing it out in the bathroom. But that was yesterday. It's not very wet now. Alright. Does this need something? Does it? Yeah. I haven't used any butterflies. Let's add a butterfly. Or maybe a heart. There's some hearts right here. Heart. Okay. It's done. That's a thick one too. One more, and then we'll be done with this video. My adorable little teddy bear. Okay. And this has a little air bubble in it. I don't care. I don't care. It'll be fine. And another dead soldier here. I've recently been playing with my scraps and adding paper to these tags, and it takes a lot of glue. It takes a lot of glue. These are all empty. These are all empty from covering my tags, but I buy them in bulk, so that's my thing. I play in glue. That's what they're for. Okay, now things don't stick very well to glitter paper, but there's plenty of contact with what's not the glitter paper, so this will be fine. Now if I didn't have much other space to glue onto, I would add some liquid glue onto that glitter paper. Okay, and then I've got this, You Are So Loved. Oh, I had a phone call and I finished up. I thought that I had the camera on, so we did this. Just do it. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Yes, I did 14. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Bye-bye.